Hi, Painting from the Loam here, and welcome to my hobby vlog. So today we're working through a Trench Crusade warband. But before we get into it, what is Trench Crusade? Trench Crusade is set in the year 1914, an alternative timeline where the forces of hell have gained a foothold on Earth and are fighting the forces of Christendom and Islam. Yeah, it's really grimdark, a lot of trenches, some super cool sculpts out there by official Trench Crusade sculpts to third-party stuff. And so yeah, it's just a really exciting, miniature game to be getting into, really. But let's get into the video. So the warband I've chosen to do first is the Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent. Why I picked them, well, when it came to list building, again, thank you to Trench Tactics' video talking about all the different units in Trench Crusade and how to sort of build them. That really helped sort of coming up with my list. I can put the list down in the comments below, but it's very tall. I like it because there's not a lot of models. Your leaders, so there's a Praetor and a Sorcerer. They really do a lot of the heavy lifting, and I really like the blood mechanic between the Yoke Fiends and the Wretches. So they sort of become what they call it, like a blood farm. So you use that to use your powers, your spell casting. So yeah, I just found it really interesting and an easy start point, not rules wise, but sort of amount of models to get into the game. Yeah, so that's why I chose them. Let's get into the miniatures I'm going to be using. So the minis I'm using for my warband are from Bestrom Miniatures. So these are from the Grave of the Lost Soul collection. When I saw them, I was like, these would be so perfect for Trench Crusade. But at the time, I didn't really know what warband I wanted to do first. It was like a Black Grail or the Court. So these ones here, I just love them. So this one is going to be one of my Yoke Fiends. The vibe of the warband was very much inspired by Dante's Infernos, especially the first Circle of Hell, which is sort of that purgatory, that limbo, because I wanted a lot of like tortured souls and stuff like that, and these just fit that aesthetic really well. So yeah, that was one of my Yoke Fiends I'm going to be using. This one here is, and I'm going to use this one as a Yoke Fiend as well. Compared to the other models in the collection, they suited themselves more to it because they don't look as restrained as the other ones. They look like they've got a lot more freedom in movement compared to this one here, which I'm probably going to use as one of the Wretches. You see, you got the bandages here, and it just doesn't give Yoke Fiend. Going to use my Torturer's Implements to create a load of blood. So these little ones, if you can see here, I'm going to be using as my Wretches. So you just see there's like a load of heads and like these flames on top of these tombstones. There's very much giving like mausoleum next to the front line. So the sort of the souls who are stuck in limbo have been released out of the closest circle back into the land of the living. So yeah, I don't have any of the big character models with me today. So this is very much going to be a basing video, and just show you how I go about basing. So it's going to be very simple, quite easy to do. Let's go do some basing. First off, we're going to clip our duck boards to size. Make sure to cover the end you're clipping, but beware of the clippers. So, because they usually like tend to fly off. So yeah, just be a little bit careful when doing that. So yeah, we're just cutting a good number off for this base and the other bases we'll be doing. So I'm just dry fitting them at the moment to see where they sit on the base, just to see how it looks before I commit to anything with the super glue. And then we're just going to dry fit the mini on to see if the feet are in the right position. So we're just going to super glue. Be careful with your hands, of course, when using this sort of stuff. And then just put them all in place. And yeah, just make sure you got plenty on there. You still got a little bit of time to move them around, so you're against the clock, but you still got that little bit of wiggle room, so you can just move the boards where you like, really. So the thing I really like about Trench Crusade is it feels very interactive. Like, out of all of the videos I've watched of different miniature games, Trench Crusade really stood out. So I play a lot of Magic the Gathering, and it's a very interactive game. And the whole blood mechanic where you can spend blood to affect a dice roll to your benefit or to somebody's detriment. I don't know, I just found that really interesting. I just watched a lot of like battle reports and stuff like that, and it just got me really excited. Yeah, so we're just dry fitting here. Yeah, there's loads of different like resources, like the rules are free. There's so many different YouTube channels where you can just watch gameplay. Again, as I said, there's resources where people go through the different units and how to like recommendations on how to build them and stuff like that. So it just feels like a really good time to get into the hobby at the moment. So here, if you got like some off the edge, just clip them. Next, we're just gonna take our Dark Earth by AK Interactive. As you can see, it's quite dry in there. We're just gonna get some water and just slosh it around in there and get it out onto the lid. But yeah, I think like the goal is to do some battle reports in the future. A friend of mine is currently working on his Iron Sultanate list, and he's getting together some terrain for a board which we're planning on building. Also going to be doing a lot of like other hobby stuff like Necropolis 28, Turnip 28, those sort of very much like more indie games. Also love the look of Warp miniatures. I like their minis, look super cool. So I'm definitely tempted to check those out as well. So here we're just gonna keep adding water, getting it to the consistency that we want it to be at. Just moving it around because it is a little bit stiff. Again, this is not fresh. This has been here for about 4 years. So it's very dried out, but just got to add water to it, brings it back to life. So right now we're just pushing it around the base. We don't really need to be too tiny with it because it's a muddy battlefield. Mud's going to get everywhere, so I'm not really wanting to be too tidy. But saying that, I do want some of the board to still be showing. But yeah, so this is it, basically done. And here it is dried. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I think it looks super cool. I love it's like the base is like it's quite like static, but because of how the miniature's posed, it just gives that dramatic element to it. I can't wait to get this all painted up. That'll probably be in the next video. I'm just going to finish basing these, getting them all down, and then I'll be right back with you. Hi there, back. So I've finished basing all of them. The wretches and the yoke fiends took a little bit of time, but it's quite a simple base job, but I'm really happy about how it turned out. In the next part, I will go over how I intend to paint them, my sort of inspirations for the color palette and stuff like that. So this has been really fun. I hope it's been enjoyable for everybody watching. I'm just going to end it with thank you again, and I'll leave you with a couple of shots of the this half of the Warband. So thank you, and until next time.